Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to Roots and Refuge Farm. We're not at the farm right now. We're at my office. You may recognize this. And I wanted to show you guys a little bit of what today looks like. Our days are looking different now, different than they have in a long while, and I'm loving it. The biggest reason for that change is we are now homeschooling. What's up, guys?
Hello.
Hi. Hi. Cutting some things out. Toby's finishing up some math over here. Ezra is working on just some drawing because he already finished his work. We grabbed our bins. We keep our homeschool stuff. Each kid has a bin and they have their different books, and then they keep their sketchbooks and like some puzzle books and stuff, extra stuff to work on. And we grabbed these today so we could come down to my office. And I wanted to just show you all this space. I know several of you have seen videos of it before. So homeschooling the kids means that I'm kind of shifting things around a little bit in my office. This has been a space that I have primarily recorded podcasts in, and I've come down here when I needed to shoot like an info dump video, and I can still do that. I can still come here and work. But during the weeks, I don't have 6 hours a day where my children are gone. They're with me. And today, what we did is we decided to come and work on homeschool down here. I've been cleaning everything up. I had to move some stuff from my house, actually grabbing my podcast stuff. And it looks like I'm probably going to be going back to shooting podcasts in the pantry building, because I'm probably going to be recording those, in the evenings after we've wrapped up dinner and, everybody's kind of having their independent quiet times. And I've actually kind of been shifting this space over a little bit. Homeschool is taking place at our kitchen table quite a bit. It's kind of the benefit, especially with having the farm and balancing that. Being home is nice, but this office is 12 minutes from our house, so it's still really easy to come down here. I think the kids like it. They expressed enjoying kind of mixing it up and being able to come somewhere. And this room back here is where we used to do all our shipping. We've since moved shipping for the Roots and Refuge shops. If you buy stickers or necklaces or things like that off of our website, I'll put a link to that if you want to check it out. That's actually shipping out of Beulah now. We've moved that. This is about a block and a half from Beulah, so it's super close to our coffee roastery. And I kind of commandeered this space. We've done a lot of moving things around, and I'm basically making the decision to stay in the house we live in. I've gotten rid of a lot of stuff, and I've kind of had to shift plans a little bit, because our plan when we built our house was to have like craft space and all of that. So since we had already remodeled this beautiful office, and I get to rent it for a really excellent price, I decided to make this kind of more of the crafting space. And that way, like when the kids are down here and we're working on school, there are lulls through the homeschool day that obviously I need to be available for them. I need to be here with them, but I'm not actively teaching. I'm just here while they're doing some of their independent work. I've got a lot of my things that if I'm working on projects, if I'm outlining videos, if I'm garden planning and all of that stuff, I can do that here, which is really kind of nice how it's working out. All right, so one thing that I have been working on in my office is I've been spinning yarn again, and I'm still not great. Now I'm told that these early yarns that a person spins when they're still learning are called art yarns because they're inconsistent, and you can see like these big slubs and stuff like that. Here's my roving. At this point, I've only spun roving that I've purchased. I've got a good deal of raw fiber from our alpacas, and I've carded some and like turned a little bit into roving, but I've not really spun much from it, but I have a lot of it saved. But as I said, I'm told that those art yarns are like coveted, because apparently once you really get the hang of spinning, it becomes such muscle memory that you can't really make those mistakes anymore. Like you don't really do that. And I totally get that, because already I've gotten so much better than I was at the beginning. And I've kind of had to relearn it because I hadn't had my spinning wheel out since we moved to South Carolina. I had it set up in our old house, and I had spun quite a bit there. Here, I kind of had to pick it back up, but it definitely was a lot faster picking it back up, even though it had been a few years since I did it. But I didn't have a place to put my spinning wheel. It wasn't going to get messed with kids and pets and all of that. So setting it up here felt like a good idea. The other thing I've done, and I'm almost a little sheepish to show you guys this, but I have unpacked my yarn stash, and it is quite extensive. Now what I do is I run into stores and check clearance bins like regularly. Like I just got several Christmas yarns here that I bought on closeout for like super cheap. So next Christmas I'll be able to make the projects and gifts I make for significantly less. But also this is just me being a little hyper fixated, honestly. So yeah, here's my yarn stash. I joke that this is my own personal yarn store. Whenever I want to start a new project, I can just come here and choose what I'm going to start it from, as you can see. And this is the result of, you know, clearance shopping. There's like closeout tags, and bulk shopping, because you can get significant discounts like on Joann if you buy 10 skeins at a time. So yeah, and I actually just brought these down here. My friend Betsy sent me these for my birthday. They've just been at my house. And honestly, I'm gonna have to just suck it up and make something out of these because they're so pretty. And I have a bad habit of when something is like very dear to me and very precious is that I won't want to use it. And I've really tried to combat that because I actually think that that is not a great mindset. I think that we should use the things we have, and yes, being mindful of them being special and being intentional in how we use them is good, but being like paralyzed from using them is not great. So these though, she sent these to me, and these are all like hand dyed yarns. Aren't they beautiful? This one's, I don't know, I would say this one's my favorite, but actually they all kind of are. I really like this one though, in my earth tone things. So I'm trying to decide what I'm gonna make with each of these. I want it to be something very special. What do you say, Ben?
Who made these?
Well, I don't know the person who made them. Fiber Circle Studios. But my friend Betsy sent them to me.
Nice.
She bought them local there to where she lives in California. Alright, we're about to start our next lesson now that everybody's done with what they're working on. We're diving into marine biology, pun intended. Alright, y'all ready? I'll see you guys back at the house. Hey y'all, it's now evening time. Done with our homeschool day. I'm actually cooking dinner. And I am filming a farmer's table video about the dinner I am cooking, and I am going to get the stuff to make a salad, and I thought I would hop over, so I'm simultaneously filming 2 videos for 2 different channels. If you want to see the salad that I make, you'll have to go over there and check out that video. It'll probably be out tomorrow. So I'd actually explained more at my office earlier, and some of the clips didn't save. I think my camera's having struggles. I would hazard to say probably at least a few hundred of the vlogs that are currently available on Roots and Refuge were filmed on this camera. So the fact that it's starting to get a little glitchy, I need to send it in for repairs. I never wore cameras out when I was a photographer. You know, I would just update things when they got outdated, but video is different, and also toting things around like gardens and farm animals and stuff. Obviously there's a little more wear and tear in this. Y'all look at my beautiful broccolis. They're gorgeous. I'm so excited about these. I think, so I try to, when I'm harvesting, obviously these are all the same variety of plant. Actually not sure what variety this is. Oh, it's called Iron Man, that's right. My kids picked this whenever we were shopping. But, you know, I don't know why some plants get bigger than others. There are times it's obvious, like sometimes the plant down at the bottom of the bed that, you know, maybe more water is draining off that way, they'll be bigger and it's obvious why. Sometimes you can't really tell. But I typically will try to harvest the largest one first because the smaller ones can grow more and I'll get more food. I don't think either of these is in danger of going to seed. But yeah, my office is really becoming kind of a more personal space. I still go up there like when I need to get away from the noise and write. I'll go up to my office, you know, for a couple hours at a time. But previously I was doing like entire work days there. But I was inspired to clean it because my friend Daniel, his wife actually works from home, and I was talking to him the other day, and he was saying how they were scheduling time for her to get out of the house. So I shot her a text and said, if you want to use my office, it's going to be sitting empty a couple days a week. And she was like, I will absolutely take you up on that. So I had to clean my mess up, because like there's a certain level of mess that you can stand for yourself, but you know, for somebody else, I'll pick it up. You know, last year I planted way too much kale, and I had plants with so much extra on it, and this year I decided to be more moderate, and I should have planted more, because I have harvested this stuff to the brink multiple times. Just noticing these carrots, and a few of them have tops popping out. Oh, I'm so tempted. I love harvesting underground food, but at the same time, it's also nerve-wracking, because of the garden disappointments, I think one of the greatest ones you can experience is pulling out a carrot too early, or cutting up into a watermelon and it not being ripe yet. And I have done both of those, unfortunately. All right, well, this one's shoulders are showing. Let's see. Well, I'll take that. What do you think? I'll get one more. If that one's that good, I bet there's another one in here that'll do. So I usually will just brush my finger right under the edge of the soil and feel what the shoulders feel like if they're not poking out, and that gives me a general idea. Let's see. Oh goodness. Okay, well, I'll take this. I'm a little weirdo. Got some little offshoots here. Brush the dirt off. Tastes delightful. All right. Salad. I'm going to keep this stuff away from this stuff so that I don't get dirt on it. Of course, I don't bring a basket. Irregular harvesting for 2 months, and I completely forget all common sense in the garden. But let's be real. During the main harvesting season, I walk out here without a basket at least half the time. It's a beautiful, cool winter evening. That sunset feels so far away. The sun feels so cool and far away, but at least it is shining today. It's chilly out here right now, but it's been freezing for days, so it actually feels nice, and the sun's actually shining instead of it being gray. I think we're supposed to have one more day that's like this, and I'm going to try to spend as much time of that day outside as possible. I couldn't today, but tomorrow I hope to soak it up. Well, thank you guys for hanging out with me today and all the days you do. God bless you. Until next time.